I have a boat. Welcome back to the channel, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for clicking on another video. I am hyped about this one because it is on my new boat. I got a PROWLER 8 over the Christmas holidays, so it's not brand new, like I just got it. You guys have seen pictures of it probably on my Instagram, you know, way before now. But it is new to me. Now I know what you're thinking. Matt, a PROWLER is not really a boat. It's basically a glorified kayak in the shape of a boat. And you might be right about that. I don't know. I'm not here to judge your opinion. But this is cool for me because this is the first boat that I've ever owned. So I am super pumped about it. So what I want to do today is take you guys through, do a walkthrough with words. I want to do a walkthrough of the boat with you guys. That was what I was trying to say. Just to show you just like the basics of it. It's bare bones right now. I've not done any like modifications to it. I put a few stickers on it that I'll show you. But I've not done any modifications to it yet, and I plan to do several. So I want to go from front to back, show you the boat, talk you through a few of the modifications I'm planning on doing this summer, and then I will make sure and upload videos as I do those to kind of chronicle the life of the PROWLER. Now this is why I'm super excited about this video. Number one, I've never owned a boat before, and now I own a boat. Number two, I get to name this boat. Now I need your help in doing this. I need you to name this boat for me. Come up with something cool. I will get a sticker made to put on the side of it. I'll do all the things. I want you guys as my subscribers to come up with a name for this boat for me, and we will do a whole series, a journey of videos in the boat, whatever you name it. So come up with some names for me, drop them down in the comments. I will pick the name that I think, well, just the one that I like the best. I'm not gonna put any stipulations or any strings attached to it. I'll go through the comments, I'll pick out the one that I like the best. I'll name the boat, put a sticker on it with the name, make it really nice. And I'll let you guys know that as soon as I pick one. So without further ado, let's get into the boat. All right guys, so let's just start at the front. A couple of cleats there on the front for tow ropes. At this point, anchor is probably gonna go on one of those, but tow rope, anchor, all that good stuff here on the front. There is a mount, like a front transom here for a front trolling motor. Maybe eventually do that. I've got the space here on the front little like foredeck area to be able to put a trolling motor, a foot controlled trolling motor, that is. We'll just have to see if that's in the cards or not. You know, that'd be really cool, but we'll see if it's gonna happen or not. Front foredeck here, like I said, the trolling motor mount there. I've got some stickers there of brands that do not sponsor the channel, but I'm always open and willing. So if you are one of those companies, reach out. Email is in the description below. Plenty of room here on the deck. So I've got the stickers over there. I'm probably gonna stop the stickers, you know, about the edge of the, you know, even with the trolling motor mount there, because my hope is that I will, sorry, I've been fighting some allergies the last few days. My hope is that I can put a graph here, mount a graph maybe right here on this front portion. Of course, you got, you know, obviously the wiring built in that runs to the back, like battery area, which we'll get to. But I'd love to hook up, you know, a graph here on the front. Nothing crazy. Like I've done a little bit of research, and I really like the Garmin Striker 4 graph for what I would use it for. You know, I'm fishing a lot of shallow, you know, I don't need any fancy graphs or anything like that. I think a Garmin Striker 4, which is a pretty popular graph on kayaks, would work really well on this boat. and give me everything I need, right? Depth, water temperature, basic structure and features, you know, location of fish, all that good stuff. But I think it would mount really well right here on this front deck. And then I would still have some space up there for other things if I wanted, you know, to do any mods, or if you guys have any ideas of anything that would go really well up here that you've done on your boat, or you think might work well, let me know. But my only plan for this front deck area is the graph right there in the front. And like I said, I'll probably keep it simple with something like a Garmin Striker, but I could go with something a little bit bigger. I don't know what the plan is there. I just know I want a graph there because it's wired for it. Down the side here, got a couple of trays with plenty of storage. Of course, the seat rail there, same on that side, with cup holders and some storage and things like that. Not sure what I want to do here on these rails. I might like build some like rod racks or storage to lay rods like horizontally along these trays. That's what the first time or two I took it out, I just laid the rods in the trays and it worked fine. But I might like actually build some sort of rack, you know, to hold the rods, something like similar to what I've got on the wall over here. But just, you know, obviously in this tray here. So I don't know. I want to play around with that idea. I do want to add some rod storage. I've got another idea for rod storage in the back that I'll show you when we get there, but that's one option of something I might do for rod storage. I don't know. Could also, you know, it depends on how I could run these wires or whatever. I could also run a graph to this area and leave the deck open. It's all something I'll just have to play with and figure out. The floor space here is actually pretty big. It may not, I don't know, I think when I'm looking through the camera here, it still looks pretty big, but I'm looking at the boat. It's a good sized floor area. So the boat is almost exactly 4 feet wide from the edge of the pontoon to the edge of the pontoon. And it's pretty much exactly 8 feet long from the bow to the stern. The deck space area where you can actually stand is almost exactly 6 feet by 2 feet. So you've got almost, you know, exactly 6 feet by 2 feet of standing space, which I'll be honest with you, when I'm on the boat by myself, feels massive. It feels like a huge area to just stand and move and turn and spin. I feel like I could do jumping jacks and, you know, still have plenty of space in there, even with some storage and things around my feet. It just feels like a lot of space, and it is very, very stable. You know, I leaned over the edges to test the stability. Very stable. Never felt like I was even going to come close to, you know, turning it over. But yeah, a lot of good space there. My plans for the floor. So I already have plans in the works. I just haven't made any purchases yet. But my plan for this floor area, because you can see these ridges here, I'm not a huge fan of these. It's not a big deal. It's not like they're uncomfortable or they hurt my feet or anything crazy like that. It's just I'm not the biggest fan of it. I would rather have something more like a traditional like bass boat kind of deck, for lack of a better way of describing it, even though this is like a John boat. So my plan is to get some marine grade or pressure treated plywood, something along those lines, water seal it. Let me know down in the comments what you would recommend, what type of plywood you would recommend using, what thickness, all of that. I'm looking at like 1/2 inch or 3/4 inch maybe. If I should go with something different, let me know. If you think that'd be good, also let me know. Cutting that to size and then cutting out the battery box in the back there, behind the tackle box. And laying that down in here, and then instead of carpeting that plywood, I would put some like EVA sea deck or marine mats or something like that on that plywood to just give it some cushion and comfort, but also to aesthetically just make it look a lot nicer. I've seen several colors and designs and styles that I really like online already. It's just a matter of, you know, saving a little bit of money, picking it and ordering it. It is really all it comes down to. Is lumber is still pretty expensive. So even one sheet of plywood is more than I would like it to be. So, but the plywood, the EVA foam, water seal, is already, that's my first project. That's my first plan for the boat, is to do the flooring, to make it, you know, a nice standing area, make it look a lot nicer, make it more comfortable for when I'm out on the water, and honestly just a little more functional, right? It's just, this is plastic. If it gets wet, fish flops around and gets slime everywhere, I'm gonna start slipping and sliding and it's not gonna be fun. But if I've got something down like that marine mat type stuff, it'll be a lot, you know, a lot more I'll have a lot more traction on it, and it'll just be better. So that's the first plan that I'm gonna do, is the floor, or first, you know, mod, I guess you could call it, that I'm gonna do is the floor, to upgrade that, to make it look a lot nicer, a lot more functional. Coming back to the seat, it's just got the standard seat, and then I bought another seat for it. You can see it right there. Because even though this is only the 8-footer, you see right there, Pond Prowler 8, it's only the 8-footer. One of the advantages of being small and having a small wife and 2 small children is we could still put 2 people on this boat. I don't know if you'll be able to see it or I can get to it, because I'm kind of cramped in here in the garage. This boat is rated for 2 people, or, you know, gear and all, I think around 515 or 525 pounds, which with all the gear, battery, trolling motor, everything, and me and my wife, we're still well under that. So I bought an extra seat for it, like I said, right there, so that we could both take this out anytime, you know, we wanted to. So I've got just the standard seat that came with it, and then, like I said, the duplicate that I bought is the same seat. I will probably eventually upgrade the seat, because it's not terrible. It's a fairly comfortable seat, if I'm honest, but it feels pretty cheap. Like it doesn't feel like super sturdy or durable. It just feels kind of cheap. Now the frame that it came on is pretty nice, sturdy, solid. The seat itself, not fantastic. So I'll probably upgrade those eventually, but that'd be something down the road. These 2 that I've got are gonna work fine for quite a while. It's probably one of those things that, like, I'll upgrade them when they fall apart, right? Because it's like, I've already got these, they work fine. Why mess with it? Why get rid of these when they still work? So when these fall apart, I will get new seats most likely. So that's something that, you know, I'll get down the road. But for now, stock seats that came on it, fantastic. I love those seats. I do have, so the tackle storage system, not part of the boat, but I'll still point it out because I think this is something I wish that I knew more of, and I wish that more people did, was recommend how they store or organize their tackle when they're on the water. So I'm gonna do that for you guys really quickly right here. I'm not gonna do much because it's gonna take away from the boat. But I have a Plano 767. You can see it right there. The camera will stop focusing on my finger. So the Plano 767 Guide Series tackle box. It's a great all-around tackle box. It's got storage for every type of tackle you need: spinner baits, soft plastics, random storage for tools, and then there's like a pouch on the back of it for some extra stuff. 2 3600 style boxes for any hard baits you would need, and then a couple of like just really small, like stowaway boxes basically. And then it also comes with one waterproof like dump box basically, which is great for anything that, you know, you want to keep waterproof. And the great thing about this one, the reason I actually have this one, is because it slides perfectly underneath the seat right there. So all my tackle is right there underneath my seat, not taking up any deck space, not messing with anything that would be back there. I don't have to fill up these side trays with any tackle boxes or anything like that. Boom, sorted right there and nice and organized. I can keep it that way while I'm out on the water and not have tackle everywhere. So I would highly recommend, if you're cramped for space on a kayak, on a john boat, something like that, invest in a tackle box. It doesn't have to be that one, but a tackle box like that, because the storage is fantastic and it just frees up a lot of space that you don't have to begin with, if I'm honest. So that's the tackle storage system I'll be running on this boat, is that right there, because it'll cover everything I need, and like I said, fits conveniently underneath the seat so that I don't have to be stepping over it or around it when I'm trying to fish. All right, moving on to the back. Of course, battery box area, I'm probably going to upgrade that strap for the battery box. Now, to be fair, I'm going to cut out this area in the deck system that I'm building, so it will slide down in there and be pretty secure, but I'll probably still upgrade the strap a little bit, because the strap that came with it is fine. It's just not great, right? It's kind of like the seat. Functional and fine, but it's not a permanent solution. It's not going to last that long, right? So probably something I'll upgrade just to make the battery a little more secure. Back here, I'll probably add some sort of battery like container to keep the battery like completely insulated and out of the water and the conditions and all that good stuff. But I'm not sure how I would do that yet, but that's something I'm probably going to do pretty soon as well after the deck system. I'd say mess with this battery area probably pretty shortly after that. My plan is to try to do some vertical rod storage, maybe back there on that side, like this section here. And I would probably just do like your standard rod tubes that you get at Bass Pro or Walmart or wherever, and just put them vertically, but like at an angle, like maybe, maybe 3 or so. I need to keep my hands out of out of the camera because it messes with the focus. So sorry about that. But I talk with I'm a pastor, so I preach every week, and so I'm using my hands to talk all the time, and I just can't stop doing that. But vertical rod storage is something I'm definitely going to do soon as well. That's something I need you guys' help with in the comments. So I have a couple of different ideas for some vertical or really diagonal rod storage, but I need some help and ideas on like how to best do that. I'm thinking maybe mount them, like I said, on that panel there, that section, and diagonally just going up along the sides. My other plan or thought would be like in this section here, maybe putting some rod tubes and stacking them like this, diagonally going up, like with some maybe 2x4s, to secure them to and raise them up. Maybe that would work. But yeah, drop some suggestions down in the back, because I think my biggest challenge, or the thing I'm gonna have the biggest issue with, is going to be figuring out how to bring more rods on this boat. Because my kayak, in theory, I can bring 8 rods because I've got 2 double barrel storage systems and then 4 around the crate there. So I could, in theory, have 8 rods on the kayak. Well, right now in this boat, the most I've brought is 4, and they got all tangled up in that tray over there during the day as I was fishing. So I need a more efficient rod storage system that will also not get in the way of my casting, by just standing them straight up. Now, if I stand them straight up back here in the back, it might still be okay. I just don't know that. I need you to get down in the comments. Let me know if you've got one of these boats or had one. How have you dealt with rod storage? Because I would like to be able to bring probably 5 to 8 rods on this boat with me, because I think I can carry enough tackle and spend enough time out here that I can have a variety of different rods. I just need to know how to store them. So let me know what you guys think about that in the comments. Last thing before I get to the trolling motor there, right here, I'm planning on building an anchor storage or an anchor solution, an anchoring system. My thought is like the Anchor Wizard, which is technically a kayak anchor system. But I think if I build a platform for it here, and then I can mount it maybe here, the tube will allow me to slide out enough to where the anchor will drop down and not hit this lip or this handle here. If I can put it kind of here, in this area, kind of right on the corner, I think I can make that happen. I'm gonna have to get it up here and figure that out for sure. If you guys have done an anchor system on a boat like this before, let me know. Let me know what worked or what didn't. But yeah, that's my plan, is right here in this back corner to build some sort of platform or box or something to put an Anchor Wizard kayak system here to then come off and down to anchor this back corner for when I'm fishing shallow water, because this thing it might as well be a kite. It gets blown all over the water when I'm out there. So an anchor system is needed. I just need to figure out how to make it work in that corner right there. So let me know if you got what you guys have done and what's worked. Now, finally, the trolling motor I'm running. You can see right there, Minn Kota. I'm too short. I can't reach. Well, anyway, it's the Minn Kota Endura, and it's a 12 volt, 34 pound thrust, 5-speed. It's got the button that shows you the battery level if the motor's turned off. It's just obviously transom mounted, and then boom, right there. I've not really messed with the adjustments or anything like that. So if you're looking at that going, wow, that's really low or that's really high, you're like, that shouldn't be there. I just slapped it on here so that I could show it to you guys. I haven't really adjusted the settings all that much, height or length or anything like that. So took this out once. I loved this little motor, and it really pushed this boat well. It really made it go. And yeah, I just think it's gonna be great. Plus, with the extendable arm, if I can do that without, well, you guys can see it. I'm not gonna mess with, pushing the boat over or anything like that. But the arm extends out so that I can sit, I tried to keep my seat kind of central while I was driving or riding. And then when I get to my spot, push the seat back and stand up on the front. But I still had easy access to the motor, so that was really great. If you guys have any ideas of, what I should do with the trolling motor, there's not a whole lot I can do, I guess, but let me know that down in the comments. Any suggestions you guys have on how to mod this boat, let me know, because like I said, I want to make it like a really cool boat and not just leave it, plain Jane like this. I want to make it really cool. So let me know what you guys think I should do with any of that down in the comments below. But yeah, there it is. The Pond Prowler 8, my first boat ever. Well, there you have it, guys. The walkthrough of the Pond Prowler. Like I said, it doesn't have a name yet. I'm gonna let you guys name it. So make sure you drop your comments down below with the name you like or think that I should give to the boat. Let me know down in the comments any modifications you think I should make to this boat that I didn't mention, or if you like one of the ones that I did mention, let me know down in the comments how you think I should do it. Or if you think that my idea was stupid and I shouldn't do it, let me know that as well. Like I said, this is my first ever boat. I know it's a plastic boat. It's not like an aluminum John boat or a bass boat or anything like that. But it's my first boat and I'm super excited about it. So I don't want to mess it up. So if any of the things that I mentioned that I want to do to the boat sounds stupid, or you think you shouldn't do that, let me know that. But also let me know what else you think I should do to it to make it even cooler, because I want this to be just the coolest fishing vessel in the Ozarks. I want this to really stand out and be an awesome little boat. I'm hoping to have it for a long time, take my boys out on it later as they get old enough, you know, that kind of thing. I'm hoping to make some cool memories, some cool content and videos in this thing for you guys. But I need your help. I need a name for it, and I need some modifications in order to make this the ultimate fishing pond prowler on YouTube. So let me know how I can do that. Thank you so much for watching. Make sure you subscribe, like, share, all of those things. You know the drill by now, but make sure you do all of those things, and we will catch you guys on the next one. Peace.